beautiful people. Welcome to Afternoon Vibes today. Yes, okay, Debbie, you're not sure whether the camera is revealing you yet.
No, I'm just being happy.
Wow, so it's great to be here again today. We give God the glory. Yes, and I'm sure you created time to remunerate or remunerate. Okay, let me use the one I can use. Cogitate on what we discussed yesterday because it was actually a very deep topic we talked about yesterday. If you missed it, just go to our YouTube channel, RTM TV World, and watch it again. So today we have something interesting. But first, my name is Shayo John Adebayo, and her name is...
My name is Akinwale Deborah.
And today is spontaneous... Is it
gist.
When did it start? Okay,
Spontaneous gist.
SG.
Yes, spontaneous
yes.
gist.
So today we are not talking about a topic in particular. We're going to be gisting together actually.
A scenario, a case study kind
Yes,
of thing.
yes.
Live case study.
Yes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break.
Welcome back to Afternoon Vibes. So, coming to the spontaneous gist,
Yes.
a true story. Listen, this is not me, but I'm talking on behalf of the person, so don't abuse me.
Exactly.
I was dating a guy.
No,
But-
wait. The way you read it like,
Okay.
Okay, like a lady. That sweet voice.
I'm sorry, I don't have.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, follow me.
Okay.
I was dating a lady. You see now. I was dating a guy. When I got pregnant, his parents forced him to deny the pregnancy. Then they sent him to the United States, leaving me with the pregnancy. 2 months later, I met a guy who decided to be with me even though I was pregnant with someone else. He supported me right through birth. After giving birth, he enrolled me in a training center and paid for it all. It's been 5 years since we've been together. My whole family knows him. He plans to gift me in 3 months. But the problem is my baby daddy is back. He apologized to me and is ready to take me back with his child. I confess, I'm still in love with him. He might take me to the States with him. This is an opportunity for me. I want to go back with him, but I'm afraid to hurt the other. How do you make him understand that he doesn't feel betrayed and hurt? It's true that he made a lot of sacrifices for me, but I must not be a hypocrite towards him because in my heart, he is not my kind.
Wow.
What do you think?
So of course you can be part of the conversation. You can drop your comments in the comment section if you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. And if you're watching us via the television, you can send your comment to us via the WhatsApp number displayed on your screen. But let me just call it +234 7064246933. Again, +234 7064246933. So you can send in your comments to us. All right, this is a very, I don't even know what adjective to qualify the story. Is it pathetic or tragic or humorous or is
Everything.
I guess it's everything all together. Now this is a lady, who was in a relationship with a guy, and in the course of their relationship, she became pregnant, for the guy, and
I wish they had even told us the age.
Yeah.
The age that they were in, so that we would know if the parents' force was actually reasonable at that point, or he was the one that just intentionally followed the force in quotes because he said he don't want responsibility.
Exactly.
We don't know.
Exactly.
Continue. Just
So, and according to the lady, she said the guy was pressured or was compelled or forced by his parents to leave the lady with the pregnancy, and then he traveled abroad. So he left this lady in that state, heartbroken, dejected, depressed, frustrated, and everything. Now, 2 months after, she met another guy who did not even mind that she was pregnant for another person. He took responsibility, took care of her, not just that, even enrolled her for a training you know, which means he is not just after what he can get from her, he wants, you know, a life to move forward, you know, and then after that, she gave birth to the child. Now, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, the first guy came back, and then he came back to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, can we continue from where we started?
Where we stopped.
Where we stopped, rather. And this lady is now asking the whole world that actually I'm still in love with this first guy.
After 5 years.
After 5 years.
My kind.
So I just discovered now that this one that has been with me is not my kind. Now the question is, she has kept quiet for 5 good years. She did not give this guy an impression that he's not her kind. You know, and of course, he must have sacrificed, even for him to have accepted, you know, another man's pregnancy. That is love at, you know, a very high degree.
Every side.
You understand? So now, but I think we should break it down. Okay, let's put
personality, yeah?
Yes. Now, what could make the lady say, the guy is not my kind? Could it be, we don't even know, could it be maybe something physical?
Physical appearance, maybe he's not presentable in her own definition. Maybe he doesn't have as much money as can take her abroad because, well, she's thinking she wants to go to the US.
Abroad. Hey.
Maybe he's not the jovial type and she knows that this one that left is actually what I actually want, but he left. 5 years.
5 years. Not 5 months, 5 years.
She did not say he kept in touch. Let's even say they were 16, 17, 18 when she was pregnant, and the guy couldn't take responsibility, or the parents had a say over his life at that point. It might be reasonable to say, okay, they forced him to go. What was he doing for 5 years? Was he keeping in touch? Was he making any efforts to make sure that, okay, we are together? How has everything been? Let me send money. Let me do this or that. How have you been? How is my child? Then you came after 5 years. I don't know what the girl is thinking.
And, you know, in fact, it's you know, it's of course, we have some comments here.
We have plenty of comments.
We'll begin to
and
read.
then if you have yours, we'd like to get it.
Exactly. So, but this lady, but on my own part, I don't want to say she's wicked. You know, because she's now saying that she doesn't want to sound like an hypocrite.
And she doesn't want to hurt the guy.
The guy is hot already. You understand? Because it means the guy has, you know, envisioned the two of them standing, you know, together, and for him to have gone that mile, that length to sacrifice. So, but you know, I also believe that, okay, if she goes ahead to get married to the Good Samaritan now, that's his name.
Sorry, with that Good Samaritan, I wanted to just say nobody should come with the word Good Samaritan, because the lady said they were together for 5 years. It was not as if he was just helping and was being a friend. They were together. So obviously they were dating, or they were having a relationship for 5 years. So he was not being a good Samaritan. He was wanting to marry this guy. Even she knows. That's why she was saying, how will she relate the mind to him? So let's even put ourselves in which of the guys' shoes now. Let's say the first guy. Okay, like I said, let's say he was too young. Let's say, but man, in this generation, you can communicate. Let's even say your parents collected your phone, and then you could not get her number. There's Instagram, there's Facebook. You are in a relationship with her before you left, so you should have had all those things. You have got no excuse.
Check some of the comments. Can you?
Somebody was saying the voice note. I cannot play it, but let me just see what the person said. The person is actually angry, and from there, I could get the fact that the boy would have been 5 years already. 5 years old, the boy already believes that the second guy is his father. You will now come because you want to travel out, change the boy's orientation on fatherhood or on who my parents are. Then you're going to tell him that, okay, this one, before you were born, traveled out. Now he's back to carry you. Then you cajole the boy on the fact that you are going to travel out. It's going to even mesmerize the guy's mind. Man, don't put yourself, it's being selfish to put yourself alone in the scenario. And feel like because you want to travel out, because it's not your kind, because what happens to the child? What happens to your family, say, that has accepted this guy? I'm sure his family too would have accepted you. You'd have been a family. Then you break away because one guy that came from your past wants to come and show your presence. Please, what do you think? We'd like to hear you.
Yeah, we got some comments. Can you just read from your hand there?
Right. So there was one that, starting from here. The person even said, she's a wicked lady. Okay, the first one was, the babe is evil. She's a wicked lady. And she deserves that first guy. That was what I even said initially when I said this. I said, it seems she, like what you said, it was just 2 months before she got another guy to come and help. If she had suffered enough, that she begged to eat before she, even while she was pregnant, and then maybe somebody helped, like after a year or 2, she will know.
So when the guy comes back, she will know that
she
really
will know
this guy
is wicked. This guy does not deserve me.
So
but it seems she did not suffer.
Just 2 months, another person came. So she's own, like they'll say in Yoruba.
So, if you, as a lady, what would you have done? Now you're in that scenario. You think that you love this first guy, because I would say she thinks. 5 years, you don't even know that you've not grown enough love for this second guy. Now we know that in a way, girls have a way of doing something that they love this guy. They don't want to approach him. He has not seen her, but this guy is seeing her. This guy is manageable. Let me hold this guy. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think most girls do that thing. I don't anyways. So let me hold this guy down. If this one comes, okay, we move. And if it does not come, I can still do with this one. So if this one now comes, you'll now be in the middle of, this one has been here for like 3 years. This one is just coming, but I love this one better than I do this one. What do I want to do? It happens. But not the one that this guy has been there for you for 5 years. This one was wicked enough to have left you with pregnancy and child for 5 years without communicating, and then comes back.
And another thing is that if the other guy that came up, if he had not come on scene to take care of her, bring her back to life and all of that, I'm sure this first guy that went away would not have come back to meet a beautiful girl. And, maybe her life had been miserable. It would have been worse.
So would the guy have come back? You said think about it.
Yes. Even if he came back, when he sees her, say, the love, whatever love he had for her will fly away. So it's because she had seen someone who was caring for her, so...
That even brings me to, wasn't there an article that I read too, that a lady was trying to flirt with a married man. Then the married man called her lazy. She felt insulted. I think I saw it too. She felt insulted that I am a self-made woman. I work. I make my money. He said, that's not what I'm saying. A woman took her time for how many years to make this kind of man that you are seeing. And you are lazy. You are too lazy to want to make your own kind of man. Then you want to just come and eat what somebody else has sown. That's what this guy wants to do.
Exactly.
He left 5 years. At least, to say they send money, to say they check up, we know that you are making an effort. Your parents were just the underlying factor that you could not do without. But you yourself had a will, and you said you did not want to have anything to do with her for 5 years. But now maybe you were jilted somewhere, like somebody said. Maybe something happened to you abroad, and you felt like I get one child, one baby for one place, make her come back.
Yeah, there must have been a reason why he came back.
Yes, there's no home for you. Go back to where you're coming from, in my opinion. Or what did you say? Yes, let's continue with what people have been saying. People are angry. So we have another one that says, well, firstly, she should have told him from the beginning that he was not her kind. She will not tell him, because that's the only one. Number one, she was in need, and the guy came. You won't send the person that will help you away. So she wouldn't have said. And then, even after the help, there was no alternative. So she would want to hold this one down and feel like, if it's possible he had even proposed or something, and she'll feel, hold on, we don't know if anything can happen. And now something now happened. They're feeling like, I don't want to betray you, but I want to go. Let me continue. I start again. Well, firstly, she should have told him from the beginning that he was not her kind. When she noticed how he felt about her and what he wants from her. But I want to believe she settled with that reality in her heart, since she was in a very bad spot at that time and needed all the care and support, like I said. So when her ex showed back up apologizing and wanting her back, she no longer wanted to settle for less.
The art of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Well, I feel she should tell him, and I hope the guy understands, and for his own good, let her go, even though it will be extremely painful. He deserves someone who will love him and want him.
That's the Neil guy, right? That took care of her for 5 years.
Yes.
That he deserves someone that will love him and appreciate him.
So just let her go.
It's true.
And in my own opinion, let her go and suffer what she needs to suffer. Even though, of course, the guy should not have that in mind.
Yes.
As somebody that has a plain heart. But she needs to experience part 2. Because I'm sure, in a way, if the guy also has an opportunity, that first guy, if he has an opportunity to leave her again, he will not think twice because he has done it before.
Yes.
So she needs to actually sit down and think about it. It's not a choice. It's a thing that can affect her destiny, her child, her life. So it's not just a decision of now. It's a decision.
So this one is from David. He says, the only way not to make him feel hurt or betrayed is that she returns everything she collected in full. No installment payment.
But can she restore time? 5 years.
Jesus.
Can she restore the effort? No.
Debbie, are you sure we're not going to look for these people and invite them on the show?
I don't
we need to hear from each of them.
Oh, wow.
You know, David continued. He said, okay, he's even giving another scenario. He's giving us another scenario.
Okay.
Now, so one, we can't read this one.
Now, so one girl.
One girl, one turn me to ATM machine. Now one she tell me, say they think about the whole matter. Say she no get feelings for me. We share the grace immediately.
Fast forward the tape. Now she's trying to get his attention. Now voice meetings. Now, no time. Now, like I said, this one, even at some point, said no. Maybe because she felt she liked somebody else. Now she has gone to meet with somebody else. The person gave her jackpot, or what are we going to call it? The person gave her red card, and she's feeling let her go back to where she's coming from. I don't know how ladies think like that. I'm a lady, and I'm actually talking for us. I don't know how you feel like you can just play around a guy's emotions, a guy's life, a guy's time, a guy's heart, and efforts because of how you feel. If you don't want, at that point, you don't want. If you feel you want later, my brother, don't even try. Because I mean, rather my sister, don't even try because it is weird.
In fact, Debbie, we've got a lot of comments. I think we need to just read some comments before let's read like 2 before we go on a musical break.
All right.
This person said, please kindly help me tell the lady in her ear, not loud though, that our punishment is here on earth, not yet in heaven though.
And that her hellfire is doing 750 press up per hour. Please, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Oh God.
Let every other name fade away, fade away. Let every other name fade away. I'm gonna go fade away now. Nobody feature you, my daddy, oh, 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 eh. Nobody will change my story, oh, oh. There's no better love, there's no better love than you give me. I don't do you wrong, I don't do you wrong, yet you choose me. Cause if you're there with me, mama, you go shine for me. And if you move with me, everything go clear out for me. Let every other name fade away, fade away. Let every other name fade away, fade away. Let every other name fade away, fade away. Let every other name fade away. I'm gonna go fade away now. I'm gonna go fade away now.
Bakomo misoso ekitana ya yo etombwama yonzamba bilembo totielo elikia ya tombwama le meilleur. Mon papa dans le noir je m'accroche à toi. Lumière des nations, mon papa Ilo banayo et bon minga bella. Tu as nos vies entre tes mains, Dieu fidèle. Aucun autre nom sur nos lèvres tristes seuls.
and then fade away, fade away now.
Welcome
back.
Welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying our gist.
Yeah.
And please, we would like to hear what you have to say.
Yes.
Now, continuing what the person was saying, with the person that was saying FI is doing
Yes.
750 press up per hour. He said, someone dumped you. A good Samaritan picked you and gave you a living, and you kept on fooling him with your mouth that you will be with him. But in your heart, he is not your type. And now the one who dumped you is back. Who left you with a baby in your stomach? Who didn't care whether you die or the baby dies? Disgraced you. Because it was a disgrace. Everybody will be asking who the father is. You don't even have mouth to say it because the person has actually denied. If you read from the beginning of that story, the parents forced him to deny. So he actually denied. So disgraced you, left you with nothing. And I'm sure you would have rained curses on him. But now you need advice. If you should go back to him and leave the one who picked you up in all those mess you were in, what makes you think that it is you he wants and the baby? Don't you think probably he just wants the baby only, but needs to get you to get the baby? What if he just takes you abroad and dumps you? Or something, or what if he already has somebody is married to abroad, say, and they cannot give birth? And it just feels, let me find a way to get into you so that I'll collect the baby. At least I can say I adopted the baby and one is my son, than just say I denied the one in Nigeria and I don't have a child abroad. I could have one, so let me think. Why not think through? Why not even, man, there's nothing to even think.
It says, and I'm sure you're looking fresh and more better due to the money the good Samaritan guy was busy
even if
spending.
it's not plenty money, let's say he does not have as much money as the one that went abroad.
Yes.
But 5 years, he spent, he took care of the child, obviously, took care of you, sent you to a training, paid in full. I'm listening to you.
He said, don't you think that he wants you back because he discovered that what he was expecting you to look like is not what you are looking like now. He says that you have grown more fresher, bright, and radiant. You better use your head. Stay with the one who stood by you when you were nothing, who took care of you when you were nowhere to be found, who encouraged you, who took care of your child. Oh, please read this comment. This number one is...
Oh, okay. You've left the other one.
Yes.
Number one, if he's not your kind, when he leaned his shoulder for you to cry and took care of you and the pregnancy, rejected by the one you love.
For 5 years.
Meant to put in quotes for 5 years. See, if you leave him and follow American guy because he promised to take you to America, it's risky for you to leave him. What if American guy is deceiving you to collect the same thing, to collect his child from you and desert you? And the heart of men is deceitful. My advice for you, if this person even loves you, that is advising you. My advice for you is to sacrifice your love for the guy who cares for you so that your life won't end in pain.
Oh, this one I omitted. I love what the person said. He said, okay, another point of view, okay, from the same person is the fact that she said she's not in love with a good Samaritan. So getting married to him on a sympathy ground might be disastrous.
Right.
If we say she should give herself time to develop love for our good guy, I don't think it will work. A love you can't develop for good 5 years.
5 years.
Can't be developed for decades. But the annoying thing is she stayed with him for 5 years. What were they doing? They must be playing Ludo or Ayolokmo. But wait, Debbie, this issue of good guy, I think we need to, define, good guy. There's this funny thing I've always heard from ladies, like, they always
is too nice.
Yes, but there's this other guy that is not nice, that is just, they prefer that other guy to the good guy.
That's a topic for another day because it's not like for some guys, rather for some ladies. I realize that with the way we complain that some guys are authoritative, some ladies actually want a guy that can stand his ground. It's not that it's not going to be good. But some guys are seen to be too nice that when you say this is what you want, he will say okay. He does not really have an opinion.
Like I'm learning.
He does not really have an opinion, or maybe want to go out, instead of him to say, okay, I want to take you out, let's go to clinical, it will be, where do you want us to go? And she might, so it will always be at the mercy of her decision, not that he will take a decision for himself. Some girls feel like this guy is not man enough.
To be so
I've
men,
heard some,
let's be man enough.
be nice, be good, but once in a while, stand grounds.
Wow.
That's what they
And this
want
is
to
coming
see.
from a lady. Wow.
I'm saying what I've heard generally.
Can I jot that down?
Jot it down.
That's
But really, it's more like maybe we are talking about something, and every time we're arguing, or every time you're always saying that it's my opinion that matters, or it's me, there's nothing that actually has your opinion in it, or that has you. It feels like this guy is too nice. With the way we complain, with the way, don't let me put myself inside, with the way ladies complain, they still have a thing for a guy that has a say. I saw a movie that the girl was trying to do hard to get, even though it was obvious that the girl liked him. The way he would just say, okay, can you come to the car? And say, well, I'm not coming. Come inside, John. And there was a way that thing endeared her to him the more. It was not a
That
thing
he
of,
did not send her like, come on.
he sent her, but he knew what she wanted. She was just trying to mask the no.
Oh, okay.
So he was going with the yes inside.
Okay.
But some guys will do, okay, if you say you don't want to. Okay. That's like what's wrong with this song. I do like update. If you hear girls talk, you wonder, say it's you that doesn't want. That kind of thing. So they sometimes, just once in a while, they want to see the man that will come out and say this is what it is. And sometimes too agree with her. So if there's a balance to it, then the guy is not too nice. But when you want to do something and she just says, this is what I want. Okay, if that's what you want. If this is what, okay, that's... just like, what is this one, girl? You don't even have an opinion. You don't even... beg, let me, you get it.
That could also be, you know, let's bring in psychology now. You understand? You know, this is our good guy brother. It might just be good,
Might be
like
that kind of guy too.
good in all areas. You understand? Yes to everything. Yes to your will,
Yes.
Lord.
I
You know,
just feel
so-
like,
and
this guy is not man
sometimes-
enough, Jerry. Well, I can manage him, but now that this one that is man enough has come, let me cook.
And you know, there's one thing I saw, you know, so funny that the lady posted online, was it on Twitter? And really low, she even did a video that she's in a relationship, she's been in a relationship with a guy for 2 years, and the guy has not beaten her, that the guy has not, she said, what kind of relationship is this? That the guy, just exactly like you said now, she said, every time they have an issue, the guy always allow her have a way, apologize that, you know, that he has not made me cry, I've just been, that's what kind of guy is this?
This world is
Video.
It's full of let me just say past experiences makes people. Because some people grew with that through the family they grew from. And the man can say he loves his, maybe the father used to tell the children that I love my wife. Kinika, and then tomorrow they'll fight. Another day he will beat her up, and then he's the one that will treat the wounds. I feel like you should have not been doing that, but you know, you say don't. So in their own opinion, what love means is that, I've seen on Twitter too, where a lady said that, how can you be dating a guy that will never beat you? That means he does not love you.
Ha.
As in, he shocked me. I was thinking it was the guy that wrote it until I thought it was the female that said it. So it's full of experiences. It's past experiences that form people's opinion. It makes people feel like, so that's why you have ladies that will stay in a relationship where they are beating them. It's not because sometimes it's there's one word, I can't remember the word now, that says that when your captor, when you start loving your captor, is it captor is called, or the person that puts you in captivity? There's something that they call it. There's an English word for it. But aside that, some have just grown with the mindset that is what love is. If it does not do this, then it does not love me. And some would say, we ladies are too stubborn. We need whip to be tamed. I've seen it. So I still wonder how, but the base of it is that people have seen things that have shaped their mindset. So this now might feel like he's not man enough. He's not. Anytime I say I want money, he runs up and down to quickly get it for me. And I wonder how that is a problem. But it's just, like I said, experiences that have built their mindsets. You just feel like this one is just a boy. It's not man enough.
Oh, okay, back to our story. This is from Pelumi. She said, first, what is the definition of "is not my type"? Because that's what the lady said. She said the old guy is not her type. Do you realize that a pregnant woman is not the type of a single young man? That is, the guy came in when you were pregnant. Definitely.
As in,
pregnant. So, wow. I think
it was
Debbie, wait. I think this Good Samaritan guy, I think is a typical example of the good guy we're talking about here. That's what I've seen now. Because it's true. Because for you to have accepted, you know, a lady with,
which was not a problem.
which was not a problem too.
So that it don't be seen like the guy was maybe to her it was too good to be true. And it felt like maybe the guy is, but it can't be that he was pretending. Taking care of pregnancy.
Maybe she felt the guy is too good to, like, it's just too good.
He's
like,
too nice, in her opinion. But the guy, I have a life experience of that anyway, so I can say that it actually happens. It's not a fabricated story. Even if it was fabricated, I've seen a life experience of that. So it is possible for that to happen. And obviously the guy loves you enough. Loves you enough to go all the way, and you now say that is not your type. You now 5 years, he was a father to your son.
Yes.
Think about it. He was not just taking care of you, of course. Through the pregnancy, you gave birth, sent you to school. And that's why we were going for the training. He found a way that the child was taken care of. He was being there.
But I think this lady, even if the whole world advised her to go,
she knows what she wants to do. Yeah.
The Good Samaritan. In her mind, her mind is still
that. There.
So I think we should just allow her go and learn.
Now we've talked for the lady. Now let's talk for the second guy.
Okay.
Let's now say that the lady has come to tell you what the problem is. What should you do about it?
Okay, the second guy.
Yeah,
right?
the second guy.
Okay.
Now let's not talk in place of the second guy. It will pain you. God help you that you are not depressed. Because 5 years is not play.
Yes.
It's possible you've already gotten to the age where you have even said that this is the age I want to get married, and then slash. Then you go back to, like, what some of my friends used to say, I cannot go back to what's your best color? What's your best food? That means you have to start from the beginning in a relationship with somebody for another how many years? So it's a lot for you. But are you sure you want to have someone that after 5 years says that you are not her kind? If you take her in, are you going to endure whatever happens? Because if there's any fight, you say, Shebi, I did not want to marry you before, you are not my kind.
She's true.
If any small, because it is what it is. If any small thing happens, she will just try to turn you down and let you know that I told you before. You are the one that said that you wanted to marry me like that. So take what you have.
In fact, that lady, she will start misbehaving in the marriage.
Yes.
Because
So you will regret it. So better feel the pain now than the one you feel forever, or the one that you might feel if you divorce.
But that guy, the lady, life will punish her. That she has to pay money.
Leave it to her. Leave it to God. Leave it for her. Because it's actually a lot. But the experience a lot now than later. We are still ready now because it's plenty.
So going with the guy that just arrived from the States is the height of hypocrisy here. I think you need a mind reset. Belumi. Another person in your heart is not your kind, but you allow them to take care of you for 5 years. Do you even know what the other guy has been doing for 5 years? Right. This story sounds like teenagers wahala. If it's a matured person, the parents can't just force him out of the country.
Now I was saying 16, 17, 18-ish, possibly.
See, the lady is an opportunist who doesn't know what she wants. First of all, why did you allow the first guy to sleep with you while you're not married? That's another story for... Second, you know you still love the guy who got you pregnant and left. Why did you give in to another? You should have waited for his return. The second guy should run for his life and allow her go back to her baby's dad.
To be honest, for your own safety, for your own sanity. Very ironic. People like this find it hard to take valuable advice. After every advice, she will still do her mind and look for excuses to justify her actions. Anyways, she better remain with the second guy. After all, his intention towards her seemed pure. In my opinion, it would be wrong in every way if she goes back to the first person. The US guy came late. She's already taken. It doesn't really change the fact that the baby is his, but she's already taken. She would be sensible and sit at a place. She should be sensible and sit at a place.
Yeah, I think this person has a different opinion. She said, she should take time and explain to the man that took care of her when she was in trouble, and maybe settle issues that may arise up with him and go back to the baby's father. Hey. I think we just read. Let's just read this one as the final one. He said, "I'm sure you don't want to believe that in the course of the 5-year relationship with the new guy, nothing was said about intimacy or the future.
Okay.
I'm sure you can't assume that it wasn't a mere help.
You get.
I'm sure you can't assume that emotions were not involved in the process. I'm sure you agree that love was the reason for endless sacrifices and that it wasn't just from the man, but the woman consented to it. Does she now want to make it seem like she took advantage of the innocent man?
Shame.
What is the possibility that the returned lover will not ditch her again? There is a cost to everything. It is possible his real intention is the baby. Because over 5 years, he met quite a number of people, women inclusive. I know you are wise.
I am not sure.
The girl in question from the story didn't improve. So what's the balance in status? Why would he return after 5 years? It doesn't just add up. Could it be that he is fronting love now as a disguise to get his baby? Probably, that may be.
Yeah.
The lady in question is selfish, and selfishness most times inactivates our wisdom and sense of reasoning. She's not wise, not being rational.
I thought you said she was wise. She's not wise.
She's not wise. That's just so I just believe, okay, there are actually different angles to this topic, this discussion. There's the angle of the good guy. You understand? Like, you know, guys, of course, it's good to be nice, but we've been, like, I've heard that from different ladies. Don't just be over nice. Even the Bible says it. Don't be too good. It's in the Bible in Proverbs. He said, yeah, now. He said, yes, now. We can check it after. He says, don't be too good. You know, and he also says, don't be too bad. It's in Proverbs. He said, don't be too good.
It's not the definition of good that we should think about. So that the person will not think don't be too good and now become a mean person.
No.
I think in a way, it should be that have an opinion. What I mean is,
opinion of your own.
Yes. Even to the guy and to the lady. Because some ladies too, when they like a guy, there's a way they are all up and around doing, it's what he says, it's what he says. Sometimes, have an opinion, be your person. Because that's why marriage counselors or marriage motivational speakers will say, be whole in yourself. Because some is because of low self-esteem or because they are not whole in themselves, they want to get validation from the other person. So there's a way everything he says is what it is, or everything she says is what it is. It should be that there are times that you don't agree with some things. There are times that some guys and girls together, some, because they don't want us to have a fight, because they don't want him to be angry, they don't want her to be angry, there's a way they now put caution to the wind and everything he says matters because I don't want issue. You will have issue when you get married if you don't have the issues now.
Yes.
So it is not only about being a good guy or being a nice guy. It's about, you guys should come to a compromise. Not fight, but argue enough to come to a compromise. Don't let everything go. Like, okay, I saw a movie yesterday that was about this guy was more like a nice guy too because everything she wanted was what he gave her. Like the attention, if she wants to go out, even when he doesn't really want, even if you don't have to say don't go out, but there's a way you let her know that you don't really want her to go out. But it was a thing of she did everything. But it got to a point where another guy of his had a fight with him and made him to realize that he was a woman rapper, he was a this and that.
Wow.
It hurt him and he had been having the thing in mind for a while, but he did not mention it because he did not want a fight. But he now got to that point and she was ranting about something and he told her to not talk about it. Then she was like, why shouldn't I talk about it? He said, so because you have said it now, that means I should not talk about it. So just because you have said it, he was like, I wish you can just do that.
Hey.
Then after a while, he calmed down and I was like, okay, there's something that has been on his mind, but he feels like he does not say it now. He will get to a point that he'll be too full that he will burst out and it will cause more trouble, that he would like to say it. And I was like, sometimes let it be obvious that I'm the husband in this house. Of course, it's not as if I will stand on your head. I like the fact that you are an entrepreneurial. I like the fact that you're an independent lady. But sometimes let me have a say. And she was like, since when has this been on your mind? He was like, since forever. But you saw me like this. He said yes, and he loved her like that. He was just hoping that she will understand some things over the time. But you never mentioned it. You were just doing whatever you say. But at that point, thank God that she was an understanding lady. She understood with him, and they lived happily ever after, like movies will say. Wow. But if it was some ladies, it would turn to, this is the way you met me, and for how many years you've been like this. Now you want to change because somebody, it could cause an issue. So from the beginning, don't pretend to be who you're not. It should not cause fights, but state your opinion, your decision, what you actually want in one or two things. Let both of you come to a compromise and let it be an agreement. So later in future, you know that we agreed on this thing. It was not that I was putting my decision on you. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
And then according to the law of attraction, when you are trying not to be yourself, you're trying to please people, overly please
Generally.
people, you are trying to be good inside of everybody, you know, you begin to deprive yourself of being yourself.
Yes.
And that naturally, according to the law of nature, repels people from you. Just, you know,
Yes.
but when you are yourself, you are attractive, you attract people, you attract love. It's a law of nature. So because in this case, now this story we are reading now, there might be some other angles to it. You understand? Maybe this our guy is just good from A to Z, good, and you know, just pleasing the girl, you know. So there are some times that, like she said, you know, you need to stand your ground, even not just in relationship,
Yes,
in life
in
issues
life.
generally. You need to learn to be yourself. Of course, not at the expense of hurting other people, but at the same time, the way life is designed is that everybody should be themselves. That's our uniqueness. That's how we can have a world to live in. All of us cannot just pretend to be what we are not. You know, by so doing, you will repel people. People will not just even feel good being around you because you are not being yourself. There's something that just repels, you know, people, repels love from you. But when you are yourself, have you not seen people that, you know, I made a mistake, oh yes, oh, and, you know, so, okay, how do you feel when your pastor is, you know, giving you a scenario of something that happens to him and he's not trying to quote being over religious? He told you his mistake. You feel endeared to him, like, oh, okay, so you feel it too. You know, so you know that sermon enters you better because pastor is not trying to claim over religious. So try to learn to be yourself. You know, I'm good the way I am. You know, when you begin to look at yourself, oh, I'm not beautiful enough, all those things repels love. All those things, according to law, you can go and read more about law of attraction. You can go and watch, you know, more videos because it's real. Many of these things, we Christians, we away from them. Law of attraction is, no. You need to understand because it works. It might even be that is what is playing out majorly, or that's what played out majorly in this issue.
Scenario.
Because obviously these guys, the lady has no reason not to desire this guy.
Except for selfishness.
Except for selfishness, yes. Except for selfishness. So, all right. So,
sorry. So,
okay.
I would like to state that because I've heard people say that in relationships, if you never argue, that means there's something wrong. It's true. Because it shows that one person is not being real enough or being true enough. So, and it can cause future problems. So it's better you guys sit yourselves down now, let him know or let her know what the problem, what thing that you've agreed to that actually you do not agree. Let us talk about it. Let us argue. You might feel like I don't want to lose this person. If you are going to lose the person just over that argument, then I don't think this was meant to happen in the first place. There's meant to be an argument about everything. Not everything, sorry, about some things so that you guys will come to a compromise. If there is always okay, it's fine. Whatever you say, whatever, it's fine, okay. The day he will burst out, you wonder, what happened? You don't know that it was an accumulation of things. So if you are the one that is doing the okay, if you actually love this person, the lady or the guy, it's good you talk about it now. I think we've digressed a little, but it's actually necessary you talk about that thing that you don't agree with now.
Yes, on the very final note, let's read the comment from a relationship and marriage coach. Yeah, we once had her as a guest on this show, Mrs. Rotimi Ogunfeibo, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much, Ma, for your comment. Hey, you know that this one is from a marriage coach now. It's different. She said, Shayo, I won't be able to... Oh, sorry. She said, my take. She needs to ask herself real questions. What does she want from life? Because our decisions should be based on beyond the now. Okay, should be based beyond the now.
Exactly.
Why would she want to be in a relationship with Mr. A? And why so with Mr. B as well? In all, she must put the future and her need with that of her son, before her and put her immediate wants aside. Cheers. So she needs to ask herself. So on a final note, lady, if you're watching us or if you are privileged to watch this at any point in time, you know, ask yourself, what do you really want? You know, and Mrs. Rotimi is advising you that don't just be concerned about the immediate benefit. You understand? You should be concerned about the future because it's not just about the now. You know, think about the life of your son. Think about, your future. What kind of life do you want to live? you just want to fly abroad. You think it's just everybody that goes to the US that, you know, do you even know what this guy has in plan? Someone you have not seen for 5 years just came out from the blues
And
from
there's
anywhere.
another
And
that
you want to
says
go
that
with him.
somebody that you've not seen for a long time.
Yes,
Don't believe that's the same person you are seeing now.
exactly. 5 years is
Tread
a long
carefully.
time for one to
He
change.
might have been a drug addict. Sef.
Yes.
He might have joined cult. He might have been in a number of things. He just showed up and you feel you love him. So that boy in 5 years that you love, not now. Not this one that came now, because you don't know who he is.
Okay, I think on the final note, if we are to advise this lady now from us now, of course, what I would just say is, in fact, a lot has been said. Of course, she should define what does she really want. She should ask
First
herself,
things first.
what does she really want? You know, think about the life of the son, think about her future. Then I think she should pray about it. So prayer would bring out
Okay.
whatever selfish.
We take out her selfishness and let her
Exactly.
see for herself.
Exactly. She should go to God with a plain mind. Okay, Lord, this is me. Truly, I love this guy that just appeared after 5 years. You know,
Am I being selfish?
yes.
What should I do about it?
yes. If she approached God with a sincere heart, there's a way God, you know, removes the veil from your eyes. You will see the thing, and then you'll be able to make a better decision. So I think we need to begin to round off
And
now.
to the guy that now, to the second guy, in case she comes to meet you, to tell you, please let her go. Don't beg her to stay. If you beg her, you will have to continue to beg her because her mind is not with you. So just let her go. Until now, another angle. I'm sorry that it's at the end I'm bringing this. Another angle is if she now goes and now realizes that this is not what I want. If she comes back, is the guy meant to accept her?
Okay, is the second guy meant to accept her?
Like she now goes and realizes that I'm being
This
born
is fair.
second time. Let me now go back to this good guy.
If this guy accepts her, okay, this person says she should not go with the guy because he has no value for her. That's
The first
the US guy. He has no value for her.
If she goes, I'll like to people say.
All right.
So-
Okay, we got a comment from Facebook, I think. Is this Facebook or this is YouTube?
Okay.
This person quotes scripture. All right, sir. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 16. What's there? Thank you so much. Person gave me the scripture that was quoted that time. He said, don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? And Ecclesiastes 7 verse 16 to 18 spells out the full details for that scripture. Thank you. What's his name again? Samuel. Yeah, that's the scripture. Thank you so much for giving us where that can be found. It's Ecclesiastes 7 verse 16.
Right.
Don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? So a lot has been said and a lot has been learned from this story. You know, as a guy, I'm sure you have picked different things. You've heard, thank God we heard from a lady now, you understand? As a man, ladies want us to stand our ground sometimes. Don't just say yes, yes,
Even
yes,
while
yes,
being
yes.
good.
Even while being good, you understand? So to them, that, you know, gives them an impression that you are a man. Every lady, as much as I know, because I've spoken with different ladies, they want to have an impression that, you know, my husband or my fiancé is man enough, is a man. So sometimes they even want you to tell them no. Even to what they desire, sometimes they want you to tell them no. Don't just say yes, 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 yes. You know, so...
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, somebody just said something. He said he's not your kind of... He's not your kind for 5 years. Perhaps the other parents were right about what they saw about her. Cause what nonsense. If she successfully leaves the 5 years guy, then the parents of the USA guy were validated. Highest bidder, Daddy. Nonsense.
Oh, God. Highest bidder lady.
Yes, because she's going for the highest bidder.
Yeah.
She was not... Oh, don't be shy.
It is where...
She doesn't actually know what she wants. She just goes with money and USA.
Okay, so let's just wrap this up now. So that's for the guys. So for the ladies and for everybody, we need to know what we really want. We need to have a picture of the future. You understand? If you don't have a picture of the future, then anybody that comes like it, you understand? It's obvious that this lady does not know what she wants. You understand? So in that relationship you are in, pause, you know, withdraw a little and ask yourself questions. You know, what do I really want? You know, what's the picture of the future you have? Then you look at the person you are in relationship with. Does this person fit in? can, you know, when you project into the future, can you see that guy in the picture? Can you see, I'm making sense?
Yes, you are.
Can you see that lady in the picture? You know, because we should not just allow love blindfold our eyes.
No, emotions.
Okay, let me say,
Yes.
emotions. The gizgisha
Love.
feelings. Yes, emotions. Emotions. So let us, you know what we want, and then let's get knowledge. Like we said yesterday on the show, please. Let's get knowledge. There are a lot of things you discover from books. You know, many of us, we don't read. I'm sorry, you know, I have to say it as it is. You know, many people don't read.
Yeah.
You know, you're embarking on a relationship, or a relationship that will lead to marriage, and you have not even read one book on marriage. You have not read any book on relationship. Even when you are on YouTube and you get a notification or a YouTube video suggestion of a relationship message, or so, you even skip it. You look for comedy and look for something. So when you don't have enough facts, when you don't have enough knowledge, how do you expect to make better decisions? You know, I say this sorrowfully. How will I put it? Okay, not sorrowfully, because I believe God's mercy has taken over. There's somebody is married now. A few days to their wedding. Is it few days? Maybe a week and some days, because I was one of the. Okay, let me not give details so that people watching will not go and say, okay, maybe it's also person. You know. Now this person told me, confided in me, that if he had known what he knew then, as at that time, that he wouldn't have chosen that lady. And marriage was 1 week and some days. True life story.
And now they're married.
The marriage was like, okay, let me not give one in the marriage after, so that I don't want to.
And now they're married.
They're married. They were already planning, where everything was already. He said if he knew, the thing keeps coming to him. He said if he knew, I guess he didn't know when he said it out. True life story. God is my witness. He said if he knew what he knew now, he would not have gotten married to that lady. But so, and now when I look at them now, I just feel, oh, it is well.
It is well.
So I'm not saying that to mock the person, but for all of us who are not married yet, to learn and to learn and to learn. Marriage is a lifetime. So don't even. In fact, there is nothing that is worth the endurance. Those who are married, who, you know, having issues, they used to advise. Hey, think very well, pray very well. So that's a word for somebody out there. Please, you know, get knowledge. If you have fixed wedding date and you know you don't have enough knowledge, shift the date. Both of you should, you know, put yourself on, you know, okay.
I have someone that actually did that too.
Yes, it's
the person pushed the wedding, and now is now on shaky legs.
So God will just help us. I just believe, you know, like I used to say, marriage is authored by God, and the author has to, you know, he has to be fully involved from A to Z, because that's what I've discovered. Because I looked at so many things that surround marriage. I see, God has to just help you when it comes to marriage. So we have to end it here today. I'm sure you have learned a lot from all we've discussed today, and thank you so much for all the comments. Thank you. Where's that guy again? Because that scripture I was trying to quote. Ogunleke Samuel Olufemi, you are our hero for this episode.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that scripture, and we look forward to more of your comments and contributions on the show. So we'll be here again tomorrow for another great and exciting episode of Afternoon Vibes, if the Lord tarries. But of course, today's edition was Spontaneous Gist. Yeah. Actually, so this is a segment or a part of the Afternoon Vibes. So look forward to the next episode of Spontaneous Gist. We'll be talking about Debbie's love journey.
Don't worry, wait for it.
All right. Okay. So we end it here.
Right.
My name is Shayo John Adebayo.
My name is Akinwale.
Wait, why do you use Adebayo?
Adebayo. Sweet to your mom.
My name is Shayo John Adebayo.
Oh, you start with Adebayo John. So you
okay,
say Adebayo. My name is Akinwale Deborah.
Okay. And this is Afternoon Vibes. Keep watching RTM. Don't forget, we love you. Bye.
And cut. That was nice, guys. That was